everyone, it's me and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a part 2. I released a video several months ago, maybe close to a year ago now, about webtoons. I started reading them kind of in the middle of the night when I needed something quiet to do that was entertaining enough to keep me awake. Thankfully, I'm not awake in the middle of the night as much as I used to be about this time a year ago, but I still from time to time need a little bit of quiet late night entertainment, something that'll help me stay awake without being loud, and webtoons fit the bill for that. So here are 4 more webtoons that I've been reading. The first up was called I Love You, you spelled Y-O-O, which is the last name of the character Shanae Yoo. This was originally advertised to me as a romance story, but it is definitely not. It's more of a teen drama, teen/young adult drama. The thing about this one is it continually goes on hiatus because I think the creator of this particular webtoon, her name is Kimchi, she seems like she has some health issues or something, and the delays to the story really do drag it down. And I mean, this is not me criticizing her for taking breaks, because she definitely needs to, but I think that the story kind of has been dragging out, and honestly, we're over 200 episodes in, and I still can't really figure out exactly what's going on. The villain is the guy on the left, his mother, and she's just evil, but I can't figure out what her motivation is, if she's just crazy and manipulative and narcissistic and that's all that she cares about, or what. The guy on the right, his name is Yoongi, and he is seemingly the male lead love interest for Shanae, but he's going to jail at this point. I mean, that's kind of a spoiler, but anyway, I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend it, and to be honest, I really don't ship Shanae and Yoongi. I ship her, his name is also Nolan. Anyway, I don't ship them. I ship her with a guy named Dieter, who is a German blonde kid, and he's just really nice and supportive and helpful and there for her when she's going through stressful periods of time. Her dad's a recovering alcoholic, she's poor, and she keeps finding herself in kind of dangerous and sketchy situations because she really needs money and a leg up in life. And this family that she's kind of getting involved with and tangled up in seems like they might be able to help her get out of her rough situation, but also at the same time seem to be putting her in an even worse situation. It's just very dramatic. There's drugs and I don't know. There's a lot going on, but also at the same time not a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the background, but not in the foreground. So I feel like it's one of those stories you can theorize about, but not really understand what's happening. So all that to say, I don't really necessarily recommend this story unless you like being frustrated and confused, which I don't, but I'm invested. So I guess I'm going to keep reading this webtoon until I figure out what's going on, but right now it's on hiatus, and hopefully the hiatus is going to end here in a couple of weeks and I can make a few more steps toward figuring out what this story actually is. But anyway, that's I Love You on Webtoon. It's an ongoing series, so you can binge it right up to this point. And there you go. The next one that I read was called Sass and Brass, or Brass and Sass. Anyway, it was about a high school band. And there's some rainbow stuff in this story, so if that's something that excites you, maybe you'll enjoy it, or if it's something that you don't enjoy, maybe you can avoid this one, but that doesn't factor in much. That's a side relationship. The main relationship is between a guy named Victor and Camilla, and Victor is this super uptight guy who plays the French horn, and Camilla just likes trying out lots of different things, and so now she wants to try out the band. And I actually think that this is the first thing that maybe will stick for her. It's a cute love story, but I don't know, it's not the most engaging one that I've ever read, and the art really does improve over the course of the story. This one's complete, so it's on the daily pass system, so you have only a couple of chapters that you can read for free, and then after that you have to watch ads to continue reading, and you can only I think watch 7 ads So basically, you only get to read like 8 or 9 chapters a day. But this one was really kind of it's just lighthearted and kind of a feel-good story. And it was cute to watch the love story unfold over time. But anyway, that's Brass and Sass, and that's Victor and Camilla. In this drawing, his hand wound up clawish and his arm was kind of like too thick. So at the end, when I do like just the still images of each drawing, I kind of cleaned up that in like digital editing. I didn't change it too much, but I fixed it up a little bit so it didn't look so crazy. That's what happens with traditional art. You can't like Control Z and undo and fix your mistakes. You just have to live with them. But anyway, like I said, that's Brass and Sass, a very cute musical themed love story. And while I'm mentioning cute and somewhat musical themed love story, I'm still reading The Kiss Bet. It's still being released on like an ongoing weekly basis, and I look forward to that every week on Friday. It's on a brief hiatus right now because the creator is working on a season finale. So that is something to look forward to. So if you haven't checked out The Kiss Bet, I actually do recommend that one. The next one's probably my favorite pick from this batch of 4 webtoons that I've been reading lately. It's called Operation True Love. I feel like this one has the most creative premise. So like there's a K-pop basically entertainment agency called Marang, and they have developed a software that can predict someone's popularity, basically how many people will come to love them during the course of their life, and they use this number to basically recruit K-pop idols. And this girl, the main character, Sue, she has a score of 0, which is an anomaly. And so the company basically is like, okay, well, we're just going to kill her because she doesn't fit into our scheme. But it turns out that she is a fanfic writer, and like the CEO of Marang is a fan of her fanfic, so he's not going to kill her and is going to give her an opportunity to basically figure out and fix why no one loves her. And the male lead, Hyuk, becomes her boyfriend, basically. That's a spoiler, but like it shouldn't be. He's obviously the male lead. But there's a second male lead named Do-hwa, and I actually think he's a little bit, I don't know, cuter and more interesting. And so I think that there's going to be some drama unfolding with that soon. This is another ongoing story, so, you know, I'm checking in on a weekly basis to see what is going on. But I also think this one is recently going on a hiatus, so I've got a few more chapters to read because I don't do the fast pass thing where like you get to read new chapters as soon as they come out because it costs money. I wait like a month before I read them. So I don't know, I think that this one I've got a few more chapters that I can read and then it's going on hiatus. But this one is actually like the premise is really cute and interesting. The last one is called To Love Your Enemy, and the 2 characters here are Yeonhee, who's the girl, and Ik-young, who's the guy. And obviously all of these are like Korean names, and I apologize deeply if I do not pronounce them correctly. I think I'm pronouncing them right, but then again, I do not know. But anyway, this story is just, it's okay. Like, it's not my favorite. I feel like there were like plot lines in this story that just kind of got dropped. So, for instance, Yeonhee changes her name from Youngum to Yeonhee because she used to work for basically a pyramid scheme, and she's trying to restart her life in college. And there she meets Ik-young, and it turns out that his mother was one of the people that she accidentally scammed while she worked for the pyramid scheme. So at first it seems like he hates her, but then like as they spend time together, as they're in the same college program, he kind of learns to trust that she's not an evil person. And they kind of have a fake dating plot because his father has an arranged marriage for him, and he doesn't want to marry this girl, so he basically fake dates this girl who he knows that his dad won't approve of. But eventually, their feelings become real. But honestly, the whole arranged marriage thing never comes back up. So that just kind of gets dropped out of nowhere. And then, like, in the end of the story, there's kind of this weird plot about, like, a cult that his mother gets involved in. So they have to rescue his mom from a cult. And that just was kind of out of left field. And then, like, they randomly break up for no reason. But again, those are spoilers for this story. But this is a story that's completed. And like I said, I don't know. Like, the actual, like, build-up of the romance is pretty cute. And there's a lot of, like, really, really, really cute moments between the male and female lead. But I feel like the story itself is kind of weak. Like, with plot lines that don't go anywhere and just underdeveloped things. Like, Yeonhee's mom comes back in the picture, like, she gets out of jail, and I just feel like they don't do enough with that, and they also, like, never touch on her father, and I don't know. I feel like this story, like, the author, it seems like she just got tired of writing it at the end and then just, like, quickly wrapped it up. Well, she didn't really tie up every single loose end and give, like, a super satisfying ending. But it's, like I said, the building of the romance is really cute and fun to watch, and I have no complaints about the art either. It's very pretty, and all the characters are, like, basically the two main characters are super attractive and pretty to look at. And I will say Operation True Love is also very pretty. So the last two that I cover are probably, like, much prettier and, I don't know, satisfying to read because of the art. The art definitely saves To Love Your Enemy. So again, I don't know if I would recommend. I definitely do recommend Brass and Sass and Operation True Love. The other two, not as much, but I did enjoy them, and like I said, they helped me during my late night reading sessions. So let me know what you think of this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.